Powercast Dark Castable Resin. Let's have a look. Hey guys, Powercast have been kind enough to send me this bottle of their castable resin, and as you've seen from my previous videos, I do like their products. Normally I review resins after a few weeks of practice casting, but in honesty, I can't do that this time. It's only a small bottle and it's expensive stuff, so you can't blame Powercast for being frugal, but it does mean that I simply haven't got the resources to experiment with. If we take a look at the Powercast website looking for printer settings, on first glance you might think there's plenty of information here. But there's a lot of popular printers missing from these listings, and on closer inspection the settings themselves are a little dubious. Essentially, I think they're guesses, and that's pretty normal. Settings vary between models and even from printer to printer. This generally means that to get the best from any resin, it's necessary to experiment a little and adjust those settings between prints. But test prints waste resin, and as I'm excited to cast from this, I'm going to have a go with these basic settings using the Frozen Sonic 4K. I started with a test print, I just had to, and that was the usual Amerilabs Town print. And look at that, that's pretty good. Even though I have absolutely no doubt I can improve on these printer settings with a little practice. That's a nicely detailed sharp print, and that's exactly what Powercast Dark is for, detailed casting prints aimed specifically at the jewellery market. So for me, that meant casting a ring or two, and I already have two to hand. The first is the open source ring on Thingiverse that is packed with detail. The second is the test print that came with the Frozen Sonic 4K. I've always had issues with Powercast resins sticking to the build plate, and I see from their website that they are now producing a primer to combat this issue, so that's something to look out for. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that, so I'll stick with the printed prime coat method that I've already showed you. Being black, it's hard to show, but these prints have come out very nicely. There's plenty of detail here, but that also includes some printing lines. So let's do some sanding. It responds very well to sanding. The resin seems firm without being brittle. It's easy to sand to a very fine finish. There's a general rule when experimenting with anything, and that's not to alter two variables at once. And of course, here I did. The first was this new resin, and the second is this. It's casting grain, which I bought from riogrande.com. It's called Ancient Bronze, and whilst I'm keen to try it, I really shouldn't have tried it on this occasion, not when I was trying a new resin. I'll never learn. That looks pretty good. Yes, it's promising, but it's hard to see under that oxidization and plaster. Ah, good and bad here. The level of detail seems excellent, but the castings aren't perfect. I'll have a quick bash at cleaning them. There's a lot of great details on these rings. The Powercast Dark clearly printed things very well and probably did its job perfectly. But there seems to be some porosity on these rings, so I'm guessing I overheated the bronze. So these aren't perfect castings, but don't blame the resin for that. I think it's fair to say that the resin printed as accurately as it claims. Bronze might not look brilliant here, but trust me, it will polish up very well when I actually put the effort into it. So let's not call this a review, but more a quick look at Powercast Dark Castable Resin. And I have to say, I think it shows a great deal of promise. If Powercast update their settings, I'll be sure to revisit this and show you some more examples. But for now, I'm going to jealously hoard it away. So that's it for this video, guys. Take care, and thanks for watching.